Without going into too much detail, my plans for my time with the teachers at Quest Academy is to focus on taking the fear and the burden out of arts integration. I have a younger sister who's a new teacher, and I've spoken with lots of teachers over the years, and they tell me, there's so much demand on the day in terms of academic requirements that need to be met, as well as things like test preparation. So arts integration must be organic, and it cannot be something that takes away from the other goals of the day. So I like to look at ways that teachers can bring their own personalities, their own interests, their own musical curiosities and taste into the classroom. I think what you then see, as well as an appreciation for various art forms, is you see a secondary bond being formed between teacher and student. I think what's great is that we are already seeing the next generation of innovation in classical music. First of all, let me say there is absolutely nothing wrong with traditional presentations of classical music. But what we're seeing is kind of a new crop of artists who are daring to bend the rules a bit when it comes to programming and presentation. As a result, you've got novice audiences coming to experience classical, and what's really wonderful is that they're not just getting hooked to these new forms of classical music presentation, but they're becoming more curious about the traditional forms that they now feel like they've missed out on. And I think that is the most powerful part of that development. In a dream world, I would practice 9 hours a day in three-hour sessions. But since I am a wife, a mother, and an arts entrepreneur who handles much of the day-to-day of my own career, it's very rare that those dream days occur. So these days my practicing is very specific, very goal-oriented. I might sit down and say, okay, today I'm solidifying the first movement, memorizing the coda of the second movement, and putting fingerings in on an etude that I'm learning. When I was in grad school, I once complained to my professor. I used to study with Jackie Parker, John Camara Parker, at Rice University. He's an acclaimed pianist who has an insane schedule of concerts, and I once complained to him that I didn't have enough practice time. And he said to me that if I had 3 minutes, I had enough practice time. And what he meant by that is that if you are very goal-oriented, if you're very specific about what you want to accomplish, you can get a lot done in a little bit of time. And to this day, if I have even 7 minutes in between, having to drop my son off at daycare and a teleconference that I'm supposed to have, I will use those 7 minutes to really hyper-focus on one section of a piece. And at the end of the day, if I didn't get back to the piano, which would be a travesty, but if I didn't get back to the piano, I know that I got something accomplished. So that's what life is starting to look like now, and I am realizing more and more the reality behind the saying, where there's a will, there's a way. That's all for now. I hope you are as excited as I am about the romance concert. I'm looking forward to hopefully sneaking out in the audience and hearing a bit of Ravel's Bolero before I have to play. But I look forward to meeting you all and performing with the orchestra. I hope you'll enjoy it.